Laisa Vulakoro, also known as the Queen of Vunde, hails from the Fiji Islands, specifically the island of Yandata in Dakandrove province. Laisa has performed since the 1980s and has released 16 albums. One of the most iconic female artists from Fiji and the Pacific, her music combines disco, rock, and Fijian folk music.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, fever in the morning, fever right through the night.
Today, Laisa dotingly cares for her young son while continuing to pursue her first love, her music.
With a beautiful Laisa Vulakoro, who's our mentor for our contestants.
She is also currently a mentor and a judge in the hit EMTV show Vocal Fusion, which will begin season 2 in the new year. Good evening and welcome to another episode of Rendezvous with Leanne. I have with me the lovely, the talented, the amazing Miss Laisa Vulakoro. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you, Leanne.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, you look lovely, you look amazing.
Thank you.
What's
Thank
your
you
secret?
so
Tell us your secret.
I try to be aware and be careful of everything I eat. It's all about intake for me, you know.
I mean, your skin looks amazing. You can't see it from here, but your skin is amazing.
Thank
How
you.
old are you?
Wow. I'm 54 years old.
Wow. And so what's your secret with your skin? And
I suppose it's all about how you look after your health, mainly the food.
Yeah.
Trying to keep to eat natural food, not so much processed food, and just trying to maintain my exercises every day and doing the breathing exercises, I think, which helps a lot in everything.
Well, it's working. Whatever you're
Thank
doing,
you.
keep it up. So I understand you're here in PNG for the Vocal Fusion. You're one of the guest judges. How long have you been here for?
Since the end of July.
Okay.
I'm hired by EMTV to be the mentor and the head judge for Vocal Fusion singing competition, which is becoming very popular right now, I believe. And I'm enjoying my work. I love it, and I'll never thank Banu and EMTV enough for bringing me to PNG to do this task, and I love it very much.
All right, okay. So tell us a little bit about yourself for, some of the viewers out there who see you on the show but don't really know much about you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from.
Well, I come from Fiji, from a very small island in Fiji. There's only less than 300 people on this island.
Okay.
And it takes about between 14 to 22 hours by boat, depending on the weather. But we have an island resort that's right next to my island. Island's called Yandata, one village. So an island resort which has been built, and they have an airstrip and a private plane. So we are very fortunate from my village that we can get on that. It's a 20-seater plane, and it takes 1 hour from Suva. And that's how we are able to go to and from to my island. So very small island. I come from a big family, 14 children, 3 have died. 8 girls and 6 boys. Oh, wow. So don't ask me how many my parents' grandchildren are, nephews and nieces. There are too many to mention.
Okay. So how did a girl, from a small island like that, how did you make it into become an international singer? Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Well, when I was growing up, it was like my village didn't have electricity, doesn't have running water. And growing up with all the brothers and the small school there, I've always felt like there was always every afternoon when I watched my father and them playing cricket, or the young boys playing rugby, because my home is right on the village grounds where they play. It's like a big round circle, and I always look across behind the mountains and see the sun setting. And I used to tell myself, I think this village is too small for me.
Yeah.
Too small for me. And I've always, in my head, think of a big picture and the big world. So I told myself, there's a big world out there. That's where I'm going to go to. This place is too small.
Yeah.
So all my life I've worked myself to go to the big world. And right now as we speak, I think I've traveled to almost all parts of the globe.
Wow, that's lovely.
And I enjoy through my music. So that's the start of my story.
Yeah.
And another time when you would ask at school, what would you like to be when you grow big, when you grow up? And all my cousins in the village used to say, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. And Laisa, what you want to be? I want to be a star. So I didn't know what a star really meant, except I used to listen to the English programs on the radio. And the whole village have only one radio, belongs to my father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in those days when I was growing up. And so I used to always think, you know, this is what I want to be. And the teacher would say, what do you mean you want to become a star? I said, I want to become a singer and become a star. And I know the star is up there, that's where I'm going.
That's a great story.
I was only 6 years old.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, you've obviously made it to where you wanted to go, where you intended to go, but how did the journey begin?
Well, you know, my journey hasn't been easy. These things always make me emotional. Sorry, but it's like, you know, growing up in the island and with so many brothers, and they used to kick me around. I was like a big tomboy. All my sisters were all older and have left the village, and I was growing up with the boys, and I had to be tough because, you know, we compete for everything, and I'm the only girl. But my dad was always very, like I was his pet, and he always believed in me and with my journey. But he didn't want me to be a singer too, because he thinks everybody in Fiji can sing. And he says, you know, being a singer, that's a job for all the lazy people. They don't know anything else. They don't want to go to school. They just sit and sing. And he thought that kind of singing. Until when I started working full-time as a singer at the Regent of Fiji, which is now West in Nandi on Ganarau Island. I'm talking over 30 years ago. And I used to bring them from the island to come and watch me sing, and the manager used to say, okay, can we give them dinner? I said, sure, please. And then my father used to say, oh, I like where you work. I think it's a nice job. I like the way you're singing, but I still think you should have been a lawyer. He never accepted until he died that this is a job. It can be a job and you can earn money. Although I supported everyone, both my parents, until they died. But he still thought before he died that it was still not a job. I should have been using my brains, because he thought I was the cleverest girl from the island. That I should have been a lawyer or something. Something like that.
So they call you the Vunde Queen. Vunde Queen? Is that right? Am I saying that right? Vunde Queen?
Vunde Queen.
What exactly is that? What's Vunde?
Vunde is our music. Vunde is the kind of music that we have in Fiji. It's actually a combination of our chanting, our traditional mekes, which is our dancers, the singing, and also island music. It's a combination of all that put together and have made the beat called Vunde. It's like reggae to Jamaica, Vunde to Fiji. It's special to Fiji. So the media call me that name.
So is it important to you know, integrate your culture into your music for you?
Of course, because my music is contemporary. And you know, I've mixed it all up. Not only myself, I picked up from Seru Serevi and Semoni Watalevu, all the older musicians before me, and I've just kind of made my own style of Vunde and made it, and have written most of my hit songs, and that has you know, the whole of the Pacific liking it, and all the island people all over the world.
You have your own style, your own.
Yes, that I'm known for. So I write most of my my Vunde songs, and it's that kind of beat called Vunde. That you know, Vunde literally means floating on water.
Oh.
That's the literal meaning. So it's like, how I translate it is like, when you're floating on, when you're on the water and you hear the music, I mean, your body is like floating, you know, you just loosen up. And that's how I translate the Vunde music.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
So, how do you get inspired from, you know, when you write your music? Where do you get inspired from?
Oh, I'm inspired by everything. I'm inspired about places I go to, people I meet, people that I get in contact with, that have impacted my life. I just sit there and, you know, and it can come anytime. I can be in a car and I see something outside inspires me. I'll write a song and maintain that, you know, songwriting style and the Vunde style.
I'm in conversation with the Vunde Queen. We'll have more when we return. So before the break, Liza, you were talking about your family and your father. How has this career, how has that changed, you know, has it changed for your family in any way?
Yeah, I think so, big time, you know. Like we know in the islands, when one of your family members is successful, everybody tend to depend on you on so many different levels, particularly financially, and it has been for me. But I've learned to put a control on that, because I think I have learned a lot, and I've taught my family to help themselves first. You know, it's like not dependent on other people, to always work hard. Working hard is one of the lessons I always tell everyone, including all the kids that I teach with music. I'm always very stressful about, I always stress that work hard. There's no substitute for hard work and perseverance. And one lesson I'll always tell young people, because we tend to just depend on others who's doing well, you know. So my family has learned to take all the fame as well, you know, like everywhere I go, everyone knows me in the Pacific, and so, you know, they've learned to handle it. And I also have learned to handle it the way I can.
So all this hard work, do you have any time to play? Like, tell us a little bit about your personal life. I mean, you know, it's all work, work, work. Do you have any time for, you know, free time? Like, what do you do on your free time?
Okay, well, I think work, and being in the music industry has cost me relationships. And that's why my husband is now living in Scotland. And I really believe it's because of the way that I live my life. Like you said, no? Working, and I don't know. I hate to cry, sorry.
No, you're fine. Tell us about that. Well, why is he living in Scotland right now?
Because of work as well. He's got his work over there. He couldn't get a job in Fiji. And
so he's not Fijian?
No, he's Australian British. Yeah, we met in Tonga, 2000. We've been married now for over 10 years. I'm still married, but I'm not wearing my ring. Because I don't know where it is.
So has this been hard for you, him living over there?
Yeah, it's been hard, but you know, this is life. You just learn to get on with life, because life is still good, no matter what you're going through. You know, that's one thing I've learned, to stay positive all the time. You know, when there's a bad situation, there's always something good that you can make out of that situation.
So I understand you have 3 boys, is it?
Yes.
And you have a 6-year-old son right now with your husband who's living in Scotland. How does he manage with his father all the way there, and then you, his mother here, who's a Vunde queen? How does he manage with that?
Oh, it's I think he's still too young to realize and understand, but I know he misses his father a lot. But thank God to Skype, they could Skype all the time, and they keep in touch, and every time he goes on to go on Skype with him. He says, "Daddy, come home," you know. He doesn't know anything, and he probably will never know until he gets bigger. So for right now, everything suits him. He's enjoying Papua New Guinea, enjoying Pom Grammar.
Okay.
And, yeah.
So that's where he's at school.
He's here with
Pom
me.
Grammar.
Yeah. So yeah, he handles it. I mean, he's a really good. He's got a very good character and a very strong character, and I'm grateful for that.
And he's 6 years old?
6 years old, and he's got a mind of his own.
Yeah, okay.
Just like mommy.
Yeah. All right, okay. So besides your own music, what other genres of music do you listen to?
Oh, to be honest, at home I listen only to jazz and blues.
Oh, of course.
That's my love, the love of
yeah.
my music.
Right.
I love jazz and blues, and I like to listen to other young people now, just to keep up with the time. But the love for music for me is jazz and blues, and that's what I listen to at home.
All right. So you mentioned you're living here in Moresby now, while the vocal fusion is going on. What do you do during your free times here? What do you and your son do?
I haven't had that very many free times here. So when I do, I try to take my son to watch a movie at Vision City, or take him to play games, or play with his friends.
Have you been to other parts of the country with your son?
No.
No? Okay, all right.
No, I haven't. I've been to other parts of the country before on my own.
By yourself?
Yeah, but not with my son.
Okay, so where did you go, the places that you went to by yourself?
When I used to live here before, I've been to Alatau, performed there, and I performed in Leh. I have performed in Mount Hagan, and just recent Melanesian Arts Festival where I brought my band. We went up to East Sepik. Beautiful.
So you used to live here before?
Yes. I used to sing right here in this hotel, at the Airways Hotel.
Oh, okay, all right.
I was the resident singer here.
Oh, okay. And how long was that for?
For over a year. I performed with a Hiri band from Hanuabada.
So was it recently or a while back?
No, I'm talking 98, 99.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
I hope you were born then.
No, yes, I was, of course I was. Well, I'm flattered that Laisa thinks I'm young. On that flattering note, we'll take a break. So tell us a little bit about your music career. How many albums have you released? Because I know you've been around for a while.
Yes, a very long time. Well, up to date, I've recorded 16 albums, and mainly in Fijian. I write most of my songs with the help of my family. When my dad and mom were alive, they used to also help me. And all my sisters and brothers, they all sing. Yeah. We all started in the church.
Oh, okay.
And my career spanning over 30 years, and I've toured to most parts of the world and performed as well. And I love my music. I love doing what I'm doing. I love writing, and I've attended workshops all over the world to try and better myself in my knowledge, and now I'm able to share that with the young people. And
yes, I mean, obviously we're honored to have you with us at MTV's Vocal Fusion. Tell us a little bit about that. How did Patricia approach you, and the producer for the show?
Yeah, it was actually Paula who contacted me when I came with my band for the Melanesian Arts Festival in July.
All right.
And I got a call, and then I was brought in for interview and met Banu and everyone, and Pat. And I'm so grateful. I will never ever said no, because that's what I love to do. At home I do that all the time. And I've done 1 year at the Fiji National University teaching music and vocals and stuff, and also 1 year at the University of the South Pacific doing similar thing, getting a contract there in 2012. So I've gained a lot of experience in working with young people at home as well on their similar show, the Mike Show. I used to judge and mentor the kids as well, and Kaila Star Search, which is also one sponsored by Fiji Times back home. So I've done a lot of the mentoring and vocal training and all that, and I'm grateful to be here, and I love what I'm doing.
So tell us some of the goss from the Vocal Fusion set. I mean, I know you got to know the contestants and spend time with the judges. Tell us a little bit about that. I'm sure the country would like to know. How about any catty fights? Any?
Actually, to be honest, there's never been a
Never?
With the contestants.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about contestants or us?
How about the judges? Yes. Tell us about the judges. Do you get along with Miss Marie?
Oh, very well.
Oh, okay.
I love Marie. I think she's a real good unit and adds a lot of value to the show with her knowledge and experience as somebody that holds a big government position that includes culture and, of course, music.
Okay.
And also being an artist, a songwriter herself. I think she brings a lot to the show and I admire her and I'm so happy to be working alongside her.
Okay, so no bad blood, nothing?
No,
Everything is smooth sailing?
All smooth sailing.
I must admit that is quite disappointing. I wanted to get some scandal from behind the scenes at Vocal
I
Fusion.
can tell you some scandal, you know.
Yes, tell us some scandal.
I mean, with just my relationship with Pat, it hasn't been that good. I understand perfectly well because she has a job to do and I also have a job to do. And every once in a while you have a friction. It doesn't mean we hate each other. It's a friction. It's all about work.
For those viewers out there, Pat is actually the producer of Vocal Fusion. So there's been a little bit of disagreement.
Just a little disagreement, which is healthy.
Yeah.
For me, you can't agree all the time. You have to disagree to come to a very good solution.
Okay.
And that's how I like to do work. But sometimes it gets so hot and heated up, so we have like a big blast and yelling at each other. That is normal.
Okay.
But in every kind of situation like that, you make something good out of it. And it keeps the show smooth running and keeps the show successful. Because at the end of the day, we have all the same interest. And our interest is to make this show the best ever in Papua New Guinea's history. And also bring these young people to make something out of themselves instead of just dumping them to at the end of the show, not wanting anything to do with them, which is unfair. I would like to see these young people, and for me, I'd push for that, to make sure that these young people has done something to do with their life musically.
So Laisa, thank you so much for investing that much into our young PNG talent. And with that bright note, we'll be back with the very juicy rapid fire round.
How you feeling happy? Tell me how you feeling happy? We about to do this cause we happy. Hey, it might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Smile.
Sunshine, she said you're going to your break. Hey, out in the room we can go to space.
It's alright.
Oh no, with the air like I don't care, baby, burn away. Because I'm coming along if you feel
Nice, this cools everything down.
because I'm coming along
Let's turn it off.
feel like
So what do you want? You want me to cut up your, cut this up for you?
That's what you want to do.
Lotte, what you eating? Please don't eat that thing. No, Lotte, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. No. No, you're gonna have your lunch. Here, Lotte. Eat strawberry, Lotte. Come on.
Well, give me all you got and don't hold me. Now I should probably warn you I will be just fine. But I should probably warn you I will be just fine. No offense
I
to
find a
you,
lot of enjoyment in cooking.
cause I'm coming along if you feel like a woman's gotta go. Because I'm coming along if you feel like happiness is you. Hey, coming along if you know happiness is you. Hey, coming along if you feel like that's what you wanna do.
You're aware. I'm going to my room. What you want?
Because I'm alone.
No running, please.
Like a hey, I'm alone if you feel like happiness is the truth. No.
And we're back with the lovely Laisa Vulakoro, the Vunde Queen, with this rapid fire round. Now, Laisa, with this rapid fire round, it's basically a round where I'll ask you questions and you can reply as honestly as possible. So basically, it's sort of like a quiz.
Yeah.
And it's a fun, so don't take it too seriously.
This is dangerous.
No, it should be all right. Okay, first things first. Name a famous Papua New Guinean or Pacific Islander who you think is a mama's boy.
Daryl Mukar.
Why do you think that?
Well, I don't know. Every time I see him in his suit that he wears,
seems like a mama's boy.
He seems like a mama's
Yeah,
boy to
yeah.
me. And the way he talks, the way he snuggles up to
Yeah.
me, like I'm his mother.
I'm pretty sure he is a mama's boy. Okay, next question. A Papua New Guinean who you think is a drama queen.
I think I would say Moses Tao.
Okay, yeah, I'd agree with that. So who would you turn gay for at gunpoint? So you have no
Jyoti.
choice.
Jyoti Naya.
Really? Who is the co-producer of this show, guys? And who's actually in the room listening. Okay, so complete the following sentences for me. An idea that has changed my life.
Well, I would say it's music. Music have changed my life to the better.
Okay. Two people who you'd love to compete for you.
Right now, Robert De Niro
Okay.
and Keith Urban.
Okay. I can see Robert De Niro, but not so much Keith Urban. Okay. The products that you would endorse.
I would endorse an instant teeth polish for all the red teeth beetle nut eaters in this country.
Okay.
I would really push for that.
All right.
And I'd like to discover one that can take away that,
get rid of all that.
redness.
Yeah, it's grimy and it's disgusting.
I know,
isn't
I
it?
don't
Yeah.
like it.
Okay. So how would you react if a senior Papua New Guinean or Fijian bureaucrat made a pass at you?
First question I'll ask them, I hope you're single.
Okay. Next question. React in one word to the following. People who comment and say you cannot sing.
Whoever, whatever.
Okay. People who comment on your weight.
Thank you.
People who comment on your fashion sense.
Of course, I'll say thanks.
Okay. Rank in order of sex appeal. Jokema, Mike Blackwood, or Fiji Vaikoso.
It depends. You're talking vocally.
Physically, yeah.
Sex appeal too can come vocally.
Okay.
So if you're talking vocally, I would say George Fiji Vaikoso would be my choice.
Okay.
But if you talk about physically, then I'd certainly go for Jokema.
Okay. So nothing from Mike Blackwood?
No.
Oh, that's sad.
No, don't get me wrong. He's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think he's very handsome and tall and nicely built.
But you just find people who sing more.
He's not my type.
Okay. All right. Sure. Fair enough. So which famous Papua New Guinean would you most likely to meet at the following places? A rave party.
A rave party, I'd probably meet Russell.
Russell Ashwin?
Yeah, from MTV.
MTV Russell Ashwin. Okay. Well, he is called Froggy Boy, so he hops to a lot of these places. Okay. Cosmopolitan.
Michael Blackwood, he lives there.
Okay. Who, according to you, is the worst dressed person in the Pacific?
Male or female?
Any.
Well, I would say Seru Serevi.
Okay. Why is that?
Because he's always in flip-flops and jeans and shorts.
All right. A person other than your husband who you would like to go out on a date with?
Oh dear, that's a hard one. Right in the Pacific?
Anywhere. But yeah, I'd say Pacific.
In the Pacific.
Maybe someone even in PNG.
I don't know.
No?
I don't have anybody right now.
Okay, fair enough.
Maybe. You can ask me later. Ask me the next question.
Okay.
I might think.
Okay, so what would you find in the following people's bedrooms? 1, Daryl Muka.
I might find a wig.
Okay. Mari Ellenson.
I think I find valuable antique jewelries.
Okay. Savuto.
I know what I'll find in Savuto's. A big box of makeup.
Okay. Okay. What is an unforgettable pickup line used on you?
Oh, there's too many to remember, Leanne. There's too many.
The one memorable one? Like, say, how did your husband pick you up?
Pick me up.
Yes.
I might have picked him up. Am I kidding?
How did you pick him up then?
No. Actually, I'll tell you the line I used on my husband. It was not even a line. It was an honest statement.
Yeah.
I met him in Tonga in 2000, and he just said, I was introduced to him. I was performing at this function, and I was introduced to him. So he said, "Oh, nice." I said to him, "Oh, nice to meet you." He said, "My name is Brian." I said, "Nice to meet you." And he said, "Oh, I've met you many times before. You don't remember me." And I said, "Oh, you must be a good boy because I only remember the bad ones."
Okay.
So that was the line that I think made him followed me everywhere and,
so you like
decided
the bad
to marry me. I think so. I think I've always had that bad boy tag kind of thing that I'm attracted to.
I wouldn't blame you. A lot of girls love the bad boys.
You too.
Okay. So Liza, you're a role model to a lot of young up-and-coming artists, as well as just, a lot of young people. What can you say to them to inspire them to come up to the level that you are?
Well, like I said, hard work. You can never go wrong with hard work. And just going for your dreams, going for what you have, nothing should stop you from achieving your dreams, but it comes with a lot of hard work and perseverance. That's one thing I've always told the kids. And just to be yourself and just be positive. Positive, staying positive all the time.
So I'm sure it's a very challenging road, though. Have you come across any challenges that you'd like to speak about?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of, being a woman in this music industry is mainly a very male-dominated industry. How I've come up and have conquered all the barriers that was put in front of me, and just working with the boys, and when people mock you and tell you things that you don't like to hear, that makes me a stronger person. They just want me to do the really bad critics that have come my way have made me very strong. And I told the kids, you cannot just take the praises. Everybody praise you. You take the praise, also be prepared to take the criticism and handle it the best way you can, because we all handle it differently.
So what are some things that people have said about you in the past criticism?
Oh, many things. Very many things. A very long list. Okay. You want to hear the whole thing? Well, they say, the bad things I've heard, that I'm a bad girl, that, I have many boyfriends, and which is half true. Okay. That's all the whole truth. I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm not joking.
So, you're in a position of great power, great influence. What have you done? You know, how have you given back through this?
I've done a lot of charities at home and the Pacific, mainly to do with young children, single mothers with children, street kids, mainly to do with kids and young mothers. I'm a cancer survivor. I had a brain tumor operation in 2008 in Perth when my son turned 4 months old. I was diagnosed with brain tumor and I had to have an operation right away. It was called meningioma, which was over here. They cut open my head and took out the tumor, which was 7 centimeters long, 4 centimeters wide and 2 centimeters thick. So it was very big. And according to my neurosurgeon in Perth, it was starting to press on one of my main veins. So I had a very good husband. He was very supportive, and my family. And the Olympic Movement Committee in the Oceania region, who have all come together and helped me with my operation in Perth. And no, I thank God. Thank God every day for that. And, you know, surviving it, it has even made me much stronger. Because, you know, when I was diagnosed, my son was only 4 months. And I didn't have my son till I turned 47. And according to my neurosurgeon, it's all that might have been an old injury sitting there that had affected, accelerated the growth. And then having the child so late in my life, my body kind of fought hard to keep the baby healthy. So something's got to give. So I developed that tumor. Anyway, it was taken out very successful. I was told in the beginning, do you think, you know, you have 50-50 chance that you'll survive this operation. So, you know, I told myself, and in my prayer, I said, God, you can't take away my life right now. You gave me this child at 47. You got to give me my strength to carry on. So with that in my heart, I carried on with it. And look where I am now. I'm still doing what I'm doing, and I love what I'm doing. And I think God has spared me my life because I had more use in this world.
So it's completely gone.
Completely gone,
Okay.
completely gone, and I'm grateful. So now I use that, a lot of the charities at home. I go and speak to different charitable organizations to motivate people on my journeys. And in 2012, I shaved my head as part of the fundraising event to look after the cancer patients, children in Fiji and the Pacific. So we raised $480,000 Fijian dollars within 1 month.
Oh, okay.
And I had my 3 boys to shave their heads with me as well. And 40 other people did the same.
Okay.
So just charitable works like that I do. And I try to use my influence in music to help others who are less fortunate, who really needs help. So that's what I've been doing all my career, and I encourage young people to do the same. Because in our position, like with me, I've been asked many times to stand for politics. And I've always told them, no, I still have a big voice being in the music. I don't need to get into politics to be heard. I'm heard anyway with my career as a musician and for everything that I've built myself up with, and also doing what I know my responsibilities to the people, especially the unfortunate people. You know.
So politics is definitely out of your career path. So what other plans do you have for the future?
A future apart from music? It's music. Sorry, I'm just bringing up my son. You know, my young son. I'm 54 now, and he's in class 1.
Okay.
I'll be in my 60s. He's still be in primary.
So that's grade 1.
Yeah, he's in grade 1. So I still maintain my health so I can be healthy for him and to see all my grandchildren, you know, and still, you know, impart my knowledge and experience with the world and the young people in the Melanesian countries, especially, that need my help, because I know I have a lot to offer in that area.
Thank you very much, Laisa, for your time.
Thank you, Leanne. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me on the show.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you. And that was the lovely, the talented Miss Laisa Vulakoro.
Thank